Hi, this is a video lesson for introducing your Romeo and Juliet essay. I am going to be going over the directions. I will not be modeling what to write, so you need to listen to what I'm saying, and you can follow the directions by listening and reading the directions. So, we're going to start with creating your thesis. So when you're approaching a thesis, it's important to understand what you're being asked to do. A good strategy is to break down the prompt using a do-what chart. So step 1 says read the essay prompt below and annotate it using the following key. You're going to put brackets around the specific task. You're going to circle the verbs, which are the actions you need to take, and you're going to underline the verbs, what the verbs are telling you to do. So here's our essay prompt. Write an argumentative essay that identifies two characters and explains how their moral decisions and reasoning led to the deaths of Romeo and Juliet. So you've got your write an argumentative essay. That is our main, our specific task. So you're going to put these brackets around, and if you can't figure out how to do bracket, you can copy that, or you can just put parentheses around write an argumentative essay. Now we need to circle the verb. So we have this essay, and by the way, this will be a 4-paragraph essay. So the two verbs that you're going to circle are identifies, so circle identifies, and circle explains. So after you circle identifies, you're going to underline two characters. So you're going to identify two characters from Romeo and Juliet. And then we've got the circle around explain, so you're going to underline how their moral decisions and reasonings led to the deaths of Romeo and Juliet. Again, if you don't know how to circle on this, then you can highlight, you can change circle to highlight. Just somehow you need to show me that you know what are the actions you need to take and what are those verbs telling you to do. Okay, now we're down here. In this box here, you're going to write the verbs. So you're going to write identify, and you're going to write explain. We're just breaking it down so you can clarify exactly what you need to do. So you're going to write identify, and then over here, the what, you'll write two characters. And over here again, the next one, you'll write explains. And you can just go ahead and copy and paste how their moral decisions and reasoning led to the deaths of Romeo and Juliet. Our next step is to identify two characters that you feel made moral decisions that significantly led to the deaths of Romeo and Juliet. And you're going to circle your choices. So you've got 6 characters to circle, to choose from. You'll notice that Romeo and Juliet are not on the list. So you do not get to choose Romeo and Juliet since they are going to be part of the example essay. All right, now in class we did a lesson where we really broke down and identified for each character what decisions that they made or actions that they did, and what the moral reasoning word was that brought them to make that decision, and we talked about how it led to their deaths. So you're going to just need to look at all your notes set from reading the play and decide which two that you want to choose. All right, next you're going to fill out this frame. Explain the moral decisions and reasoning your character made using the frame. Here it is. Blank's moral decision and reasoning that led to the deaths of Romeo and Juliet was blank. You've got 2 examples here, just using Romeo. So on these 2 lines, you're going to write for your first character, and on these 2 lines, you're going to write for your second character. And the last step of this section is you're going to complete your essay frame. The moral decisions made by blank and blank had the greatest impact on Romeo and Juliet's deaths. All right, so here's our next section. Now, I'm not going to read all of this, but the main idea here is there's a specific type of citing that you have to do when you're citing for plays. And so this says how to cite a play in MLA style and format. Here's a link to the site if you want to go directly there. This is sort of a summary of what was on this site. So the first step that is really important is when you're citing a play with numbered lines, and Our Romeo and Juliet has numbered lines, the MLA parenthetical citation, parenthetical means it's in parentheses, should include the author name, unless you have already introduced the author's name in your introduction, which you'll do. So we're not going to include the author's name for this essay. And you're going to write the act, scene, and line numbers separated by periods. So here's an example. If you're citing Act 1, Scene 4, line 120, the parenthetical citations look like this. Parentheses 1.4.120. Notice that we're not using page numbers, we're using line numbers. Okay, so when you're just quoting from the dialogue with just one speaker, when you're introducing your quote, you need to introduce who is speaking when you introduce the quote, and then treat it as a normal quotation with a period after the citation. So here's an example. Benvolio was encouraging Romeo to attend the party and have a fun night when he declared, and you have, here's the quotation marks, beat your drums, here is our citation, and the period goes here. Remember, we don't have to write Benvolio because it's only one speaker and we've introduced him in this introduction sentence. Now there are a lot of other rules, so here you're going to have to look here if you are quoting on 4+ lines of dialogue from a play, and you have to use block format, which is when, this is block format where you indent the whole thing. And if you're having more than one speaker, you do have to have the names listed like this. So you'll see the name and the period, and then it has there, and at the very end you have your citation. If a character's line runs over one line, like on this one, then it gets indented a little bit. So you can see here, that's that rule too. All right, and then it says you're going to need to read all of these and make sure you understand it. So if they have one speaker with fewer than 4 lines and you have maybe like 2 or 3 lines, you have to put as this slanted line in between to divide so the reader knows when the 2 lines are. But you still keep it all in the quotes like this. If a quote has one speaker with 4 lines or more, the quotes need to be in block format. If the quote has more than one character speaking, it needs to be block format. And here is an example of 2 characters speaking. So what I want you to do, and this might be a little bit tricky, but just do your best. You're going to look at these 4 examples, and you're going to write if you think they're correct or incorrect based on all these rules we just went over. So you might need to go back and look at the rules. And so if you think it's correct, you put a C. If you think it's incorrect, you put an I. All right, our last section is completing your pre-write. I've got a whole example down here. So we start again, we have our essay prompt. We already looked at that. Here are our steps. We've done the thesis duet. You have to find quotes for your character. So it's really important that you have the book with you so you can look at that. And then you're going to complete this just like I did in this example. So here's my thesis statement. I'm only using 1 character. You'll be using 2. The moral decisions and reasoning made by Romeo had the greatest impact on Romeo and Juliet's deaths. And then here's the sentence frame for the topic sentence. And then I completed it. Here's my example. Romeo's moral decision was that right after meeting Juliet, he continued to pursue her over obeying their family's wishes. Then you have the analysis, and you have a frame for the analysis. And then I have an example here, and it is Romeo's moral reasoning for this decision was he felt love was more important than anything. Again, these are examples of what yours should look like. And then you've got, you have to have your quote that supports this and also have it in MLA format. So I've got, is she a Capulet? What a costly account. My life is at the mercy of my enemy. And I've got this accurately cited in MLA format. All right, so now I've got my essay, or actually this is your essay. So you are going to write your thesis statement here, your topic sentence, your analysis, and your quote for your first character and for your second character. And then you'll be ready for the mastery check. Let me know if you have any questions.